investment banker was at the harbor of a small coastal Mexican village when a small boat with just one fisherman docked. Now, inside the small boat were several large yellowfin tunas. The investment banker complimented the Mexican fisherman on the quality of his fish and asked how long it took him to catch them. The fisherman replied, "Only a little while." The investment banker then asked, "Why didn't he stay out longer and catch more fish?" The fisherman said he had enough to support his family's immediate needs. The investment banker then asked, "But what do you do with the rest of your time?" The Mexican fisherman said, "I sleep late, fish a little, play with my children, take siestas with my wife, stroll into the village each evening where I sip wine and play guitar with my amigos." The investment banker scoffed, "I have an MBA from Harvard and I could help you. You could spend more time fishing and with the proceeds buy a bigger boat. With the proceeds from the bigger boat, you could then buy several boats. Eventually, you could have a fleet of fishing boats. Instead of selling your catch to a middleman, you could sell it directly to a processor and eventually open up your own cannery unit. You would then control your product processing and distribution. You would need to then leave this small coastal fishing village and move to Mexico City, then Los Angeles, and eventually New York City, where you will run your expanding enterprise." The Mexican fisherman asked, "But how long will all this take?" To which the American replied, 15 to 20 years. "But what then?" asked the Mexican fisherman. The investment banker laughed and said, "That's the best part. When the time is right, you would announce an IPO and sell your company stocks to the public and become very rich. You would make millions." The Mexican fisherman then asked, "Millions? And then what?" The investment banker said, "Then you would retire, move to a small coastal fishing village where you would sleep late, fish a little, play with your kids, take siestas with your wife, stroll in the village in the evenings where you could sip wine and play your guitar with your amigos." The fisherman, still smiling, looked up and said, "And what do you think I am doing right now?" The story, often referred to as the banker and the fisherman or the Mexican fisherman, has been adopted a few different ways over the years. The original story was written by a writer, Heinrich Böll, in an anecdote concerning the lowering of productivity and published in 1963. Friends, are you happy right now? If not, why? Are you waiting to achieve a certain goal, reach a certain income bracket, find a life partner, and have your own home in order to feel happy? Are you constantly looking to move, to upgrade, to change something in the hope that things will suddenly improve? You might be suffering from destination addiction. Now, destination addiction was first coined by Dr. Robert Holden, a psychologist and an author of several best-selling books. It is the constant desire to be somewhere else and have something more. It's a term used to describe the belief that success and happiness is the destination. Until you give up the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. In my early working career, I was permanently restless and I was a victim of destination addiction. I relished in the reputation that I was driven and an ambitious person. I had a clearly focused career path and I was determined to get to my future destination. I lived by targets, but all it brought was a feeling of being unfulfilled, dissatisfied, and stressed. Friends, destination addiction is a major block to success. People who suffer from it believe that success is a destination. They live in the not now. They are psychologically absent and they disregard everything that they have. Destination addiction is a preoccupation with the idea that happiness is somewhere else. We suffer literally from the pursuit of happiness. We are always on the run, on the move, and on the go. Our goal is not to enjoy the day, it is to get through the day. We have always to get to somewhere else first before we can relax and before we can savor the moment. But we never get there. There is no point of arrival. We are permanently dissatisfied. The feeling of success is continually deferred. We live in a hot pursuit of some extraordinary bliss we have no idea how to find. Destination addiction causes us to rush through as many experiences as quickly as possible. We like to be able to say, been there, done that. It's an endless cycle of striving for happiness, but never letting yourself attain it. When we are caught up in destination addiction, we are solely focused out there. Our attention is so far in the future and so focused on imaginary circumstances that we don't see all the beauty, abundance, and fulfillment that actually exists for us right now. Hoping that tomorrow will be better than today is alright, but forgetting to cherish the present while chasing the future is stupid. Now, destination addicts are hypercritical and are forever setting unrealistic targets on themselves by saying, I should be further in my career by now, I should have gotten married by now, or I should have earned more by now. Destination addiction causes us to be permanently impatient with ourselves. The schedule we set for ourselves is so demanding that we end up driving ourselves harder and faster. We refuse to forgive ourselves if we cannot keep up. We have no time for ourselves, and we are permanently impatient with everyone else around us. We are permanently impatient because we are addicted to the pursuit of progress. According to destination addiction, to progress is to move along a timeline from here to there as quickly as possible. Impatience acts as an impediment to real progress if the focus is only on getting to the future faster. Real progress is a real-time goal that is about the here and about living well today, being in the present, and enjoying the time of your life. The trouble with destination addiction is that it focuses purely on finishes and not on purpose. What has actually helped the addiction spread quickly is the so-called destination dealers who, through the use of technology, promise to totally change your life or make you happier than you ever dreamed possible. Expensive cars, bigger homes, international holidays, electronic gadgets, fancier clothing and jewelry are often depicted as the path to a happier life in commercials. In fact, our destination addiction often begins earlier in life than we realize. As children, we are conditioned to think about our future. We are often asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or we are told, get good marks so that you can get into a good college or find a good job. And as a result, our mind begins to shift towards the future orientation in which everything we do is in service of a future goal. Imagine if as children we are encouraged to just enjoy learning, or we are taught to reflect on what made us happy during the day. The thing is, when we place our happiness on factors that are not just outside of us, but in the future, it leaves less room for true satisfaction. Being at peace with your life begins with zeroing in on the present and making an effort to be more content with your circumstances. So, is it wrong to have goals to focus on the future or plan for what we want? Of course not. But when we focus on the future to the exclusion of the present, we are missing out on what's in front of us. When we declare ourselves content with what we have and who we are, we can beat the addiction of waiting to be happy. We can live quite happily in the now. Friends, life is all about balance. As Theodore Roosevelt once said, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. Breaking free from destination addiction is never easy. Readjusting your priorities can help you beat destination addiction. Get rid of the thoughts that acquiring your dream house, dream job, relationship, or a higher position would make you happy. Secondly, being grateful for what you have today is a good way to break from any obsession with destination addiction. Maintain a gratitude journal and create a right here, right now list. This right here, right now list is all about developing a habit of showing gratitude for the right here, right now, and acknowledging that the present moment and really living in it. Now, happiness is all about balancing ambition with contentment. Finally, to break the destination addiction, be honest with yourself about realistic, achievable goals that you want for yourself. Recognize that the journey through life is a process, and remember not to compare your journey to anyone else's.